Hello, my name is Amy Galarza from the Pedagogical Career. Today I'm going to record a video about practice providing techniques to teach English. First of all, I'm going to start with the vowels. First, we have this image that may show to the students. I planned 2 activities for this topic. The first activity is called Vowel Hunt, and it's a game where I'm going to give to students, first of all, the pronunciation of the vowels, and also say to students to pay special attention and focus on my mouth when I'm going to read out loud to them the vowels. And we're gonna repeat. Then I'm going to give the students 2 worksheets. And these worksheets, first it's in blank, it's white, to write the vowels in this order. And another worksheet, they have records about newspapers, magazines, maybe from books, paragraphs, and they need to find the vowels there and cut the vowels and paste into the another worksheet where is the vowels in this order. In this way, they're gonna recognize the vowels and practice the vowels. And also, when they find the vowel in the second worksheet, they need to raise their hand and say, "Teacher, I find the vowel A." And I also go into them, go into him, go into her, and say, okay, and this another worksheet, where is the vowel A? And they need to find and say, okay, here, and they need to paste it. The second activity, it's called vocal singing. And this activity I'm going to share, I'm going to show to the students in front of the class a video, an interactive video about the vowels, and it's a song. We're gonna sing the song together, and also I'm going to pause the video and ask to students, what is this? What is this vowel? And they need to tell me the right answer. When they say the right answer, I'm going to say, okay, now watch my mouth, please, and repeat with me. A, E, U, O. And that way, I'm going to teach them the right way to pronounce the vowels. And we're gonna repeat the video at 3 times. And also pause the video and ask them, what is this? What is this? And they need to answer, this is the vowel A, the vowel E, the vowel I, the vowel O, the vowel U. And this way, we're gonna practice reading and listening. In this activity, we're gonna practice reading, speaking, and writing, sorry. The next is consonants. Here we have an image about that. I'm planning 2 activities. The first is called Consonant Sounds Hunt, and this also a game. They need to identify the consonant sounds through storytelling. In this activity, I'm going to grab an audio record and share to them with a radio or with my computer or maybe with my cell phone, and repeat maybe 3 times or 4, depend of the class, okay? And they need to find the consonant and raise their hand and notice the consonant, raise their hand and say, teacher, I find, for example, here we have the consonant P, phi, it's a spread, and say, I find a phi, and it's the word pin. or I find the K and it's the word cat. In this way, we're gonna practice to recognize the consonants about the audio recording. We're gonna practice skills about listening and speaking. And the second activity, it's a game called card game. It's with flashcards. In this practice, they need to practice the consonant clusters, identify the consonant, and describe on the cards on the flashcards. In this activity, I'm going to give the students a group of flashcards. With one flashcard is with the image, and the second flashcard is about the word, read it, the word, write the word, and they need to identify the word and the image, match it, and they need to raise their hand and say, teacher, I matched one consonant. And then they need to stand up and say a sentence with this word, with this consonant word. In this way, we're gonna practice reading, listening, speaking, and writing, because the other students are going to listen the word. For example, when with here, I write cat, they need to identify which consonant is and match with the image of our cat. They need to stand up and say, I find the word cat, the consonant key, and the sentence is, I love my cat. In this way, we're gonna practice the reading, the writing, the speaking, and also the listening. There we have intonation. According to the author Jenkins, intonation is of severe importance in the acquisition of a language like English, because in this way we're gonna like pass away about the accent that we have, because we are not natives. And with a good intonation of the words and also using the correct word stress, we can speak and understand what we are saying or what other people are saying, just listening or just talking in a good English way. I plan one activity and also it's a game. I'm still using the gamification and the game-based learning methods, and also the audiolingual and others, the direct method when the explanation is the first time. In this activity about intonation, I plan this game called Seesaw. In this activity, I'm going to bring with me to the class a cartel where I put a lot of kind of sentence and marked the word, the word. For example, in this sentence, in this cartel, sorry, there we are a sentence and questions, and they need to mark in their worksheets, because I'm going to give them worksheets about the same cartel with the same information and a little different sentence, and they need to find in which part of the sentence or in which part of the question rise the intonation or fall the intonation, about the basic rules about intonation. In this cartel, we're gonna practice the 3 first sentences, and then they need to individually or in pairs the rest of the sentence and share the information speaking with the mate and also with the class. In this practice, we're gonna practice the skills reading, listening, and also speaking, because they need to write the sentence in a correct way and put in the right place. Is that for rise or is that for fall rule about intonation? Reading because they are going to read the sentence, and listening because they will listen when I'm going to read the cartel with me alone or with them together as a group. And finally, we have the word stress. The word stress is used to identify the accentuation, to emphasize the accentuation of the vowels in the same word. In Spanish, all word or all vowels into a word have the same voice, is the same voice set, are voice set. But in English, it's different. Sometimes one vowel into the word is voiceless or is voiced, and other maybe can be voiced or maybe voiceless. This is different about Spanish, and that's why word stress is difficult to understand from non-native speakers or non-native students. That's why I planned this activity called Accented Sentence. I also I'm going to bring with me a cartel where I'm going to put sentence and mark it the word with a stress word or with a stress vowels to practice with them, using my speaking skills to identify which vowel is voiced or which vowel is voiceless, or which about these vowels are voiceless, voiced, or without sound. In this activity, the students going to identify the stress word and write them in their own notebooks, okay? We're gonna put the cartel in front of the class and going to speak, read with them, and when they find the word is voices or is voiceless, they're gonna to write in their notebook and paint when is voices with a that and where is voiceless with this. In this way, they're gonna to practice the reading, the writing, and the listening throughout the activity. And I'm going using the direct method, the audiolingual, the task-based learning, and the total physical response, because I'm gonna say order like take your book, open your book, and that way. This is the techniques that I use for planning this kind of activities in word stress, intonation, and consonants with vowels. This is all for my practice. Thanks for watching, and I'm waiting for your feedback, and also have a good day, teacher.